Hi there, welcome back to Lady Show Story. I'm so glad you're here with me today. On this channel, I'll be your companion, as we listen to stories that are timeless and deeply moving. Today's story is one that has been told for thousands of years, the story of David and Goliath. It's a story about courage, about faith, and about finding the strength to face our fears. So, take a moment, get comfortable, and let's gently step into this story together. Long ago, in ancient times, the people of Israel were at war with the Philistines. One day, the two armies faced each other once again. The battlefield was a place called the Valley of Elah, with hills on both sides, and a stream running through the middle. The two armies set up their camps, staring at one another, the air heavy with tension. Among the Philistines was a warrior who struck fear into everyone's heart. His name was Goliath. He was a giant, nearly 3 meters tall, towering over any man. His body was covered with heavy bronze armor, a massive spear in his hand, a sword at his side, and a helmet of iron upon his head. To the Israelites, he looked like a moving fortress. Every morning and every evening, Goliath stepped into the valley, shouting loudly, challenging the Israelites to send someone to fight him. But no one dared to step forward. Everyone knew that facing such a giant meant certain death. Even King Saul, the leader of Israel, was afraid. As the days went by, Goliath's taunts echoed across the valley, and the hearts of Israel's soldiers grew weaker and weaker. It was at this time that a young shepherd named David arrived at the battlefield. David was not a soldier. He was only there because his father had asked him to bring food to his older brothers who were serving in the army. Though still a boy, David carried a strong faith within him. When he heard Goliath mocking the army of Israel and insulting the God of Israel day after day, David's heart burned with anger and determination. David believed this battle was not simply a fight between men, but a test of faith in God. He remembered how, as a shepherd, he had once fought off lions and bears that came to attack his flock. In those moments, God had protected him. And David believed, with all his heart, that the same God would protect him now, even against this giant. So David made his decision. He would fight Goliath. The people around him were shocked. They looked at this slim, young boy with no armor on his body and no sword in his hand. How could he possibly stand against a giant? Some thought it was foolish. Others thought it was hopeless. But David did not shrink back. He knew his strength did not come from weapons or armor, but from his faith. He refused the heavy armor. He did not carry a sword. Instead, he chose the simple weapon he knew best, his sling. From the stream, he picked up 5 smooth stones and placed them in his pouch. And with nothing more than his sling and his faith, David walked into the valley to face Goliath. The difference between them was overwhelming. Goliath, covered head to toe in armor, stood like a towering wall. David, with no protection and no sword, seemed small and fragile. From the outside, the outcome looked certain. But in that moment, the valley grew silent. Every eye was watching. David ran forward quickly. He placed a stone into his sling, began to swing it skillfully, and with all his strength, he released it. The stone flew through the air with a sharp whistle and struck Goliath directly on the forehead. The giant staggered, and then fell, crashing face-first to the ground. The battlefield froze in shock. And then came the cries of disbelief. The mighty giant had been defeated by a young shepherd boy. David walked forward, took Goliath's own sword, and ended the fight. When the Philistine army saw their champion fall, fear gripped them, and they fled in panic. The Israelites surged forward, chasing their enemies, and that day they won a great victory. From then on, David's name spread throughout the land. He was honored not only for his bravery, but also for his faith and trust in God. And the story of David and Goliath became a reminder for all generations. True victory does not come only from outward strength or weapons, but from the courage and faith within the heart. The story of David and Goliath is more than just an ancient battle. It reminds us that in life, each of us will face our own giants, challenges that seem too big, fears that feel overwhelming, or pressures from the world around us. When we feel small and powerless, that is often the moment when our faith and courage are most needed. True strength doesn't always come from weapons or armor. Sometimes, it comes from a heart that refuses to give up. Just like David, if we hold on to our faith and courage, even the biggest giants can be overcome. Thank you for listening to today's story. I hope it has inspired you and reminded you that, no matter how big the challenges we face, we can always find the strength to overcome them if we trust in ourselves and keep our faith. I'm so happy to have spent this time with you here at Lady Show Story. If you enjoyed today's tale, please give a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. I'll be back soon with another story to share.